Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to KHM Today, your weekly resource for industry news and straight up fun. I am Chantelle Nye with Supplier Relations Department at KHM Travel Group, and I am filling in for Carolyn this week. Today is August 7th, 2024. Carolyn is on a wonderful family getaway, so we wish her all the best. Hope she is resting, relaxing, and can recharge. Just to go over a couple events that KHM has going on. We just finished our Destination Success that we're so excited to host for our agents, both in person and virtually. We are getting ready for our August boot camp. We are excited to welcome our agents to come to Cleveland, Ohio. It's a great time to come in August because it's not snowing. We do have our luxury symposium coming up in September, and our final boot camp in November for our Boot Camp 1.0 agents. So let's get started. We have some exciting things to talk about today. Grab your paddles and let's get ready to head to the court as we celebrate National Pickleball Day. Did you know that? Did you know that you can play pickleball at sea? Our first guest, Tara Schreiner with Holland America. We will take a dink and talk about pickleball on board. Let's bring on Tara. There she is.
Oh, happy Wednesday.
Happy
National Pickleball Day.
I know. Can you believe it? It's so great to have you here with us.
Thank you for letting me join you guys. I'm so grateful to be here. Your team and you, Chantelle, are fantastic, and I feel really privileged. This is going to be the best time of the day for me.
Oh, we are so excited to have you. Tara is the Director of National Accounts with Holland America, and we just want to thank you for being here. And I've got some questions for you that Carolyn and her team had made up. So tell us a little bit about your time at Holland America and how long have you been with them?
Yeah, so I have been with Holland America Line for 7 years. I just celebrated my 7-year itch anniversary. And I have always stayed really close to the host agencies. And so I've worked with KHM when I first started at Holland America, and then now I oversee the national account team, which is our largest trade partners. And, you know, it's one of the best, it is the best job I've ever had. And it's because of two reasons. It's the people and the product. And the product is spectacular. You can go all over the world with Holland America Line, but the people are really what make the heart and soul of that. And I work with the best people in the business. So.
Oh, that's amazing. Yes, your product speaks for itself.
Thank you.
100%. What's the best part of your job?
The best part of my job is watching businesses grow. So getting to see everybody from their infancy to kind of their super success. So getting to see the success of other people is the best part of my job. I have an affirmation that I say every day that is, I want success for myself and those around me. And so when I see that success happen, whether they're growing their business with Holland America, or they're growing their cruise business, or they're growing their Alaska business, just seeing that come to fruition just brings me so much joy. So that's the best part of my job.
Oh, I love that. Absolutely. So with that, you probably have some challenges. Can you name some of the challenges that you have with your job?
Sure. So like with every job and every landscape and every industry, there's always constant change. And so, so changes can be challenging, but I also think they bring us a lot of choice. So as we kind of approach all the change that is inevitable, if we can kind of be enthusiastic about that change, I find that it helps the challenges because I'm making the choice about the change and how to kind of show up in that space. So while the challenges are definitely about all the change, it's really about making sure that I view it as a power of choice as it kind of relates. So that's kind of a positive spin on the challenges that are inevitable in this role.
I love that. I love that. You put a positive spin on it. You're right. Change is not easy.
It's really hard.
Very hard. But when you're getting through it and you see at the end what that change can do, it makes it very exciting.
Yeah, you have to always consider that change is an absolute opportunity. So it's an opportunity for you to show up differently. It's an opportunity to look at a different perspective. And I actually read a book recently called Change Enthusiasm, where I'm trying to adjust my challenges on change to be more enthusiastic about it, because it really recognizes that opportunity in that space. Because even when we don't have those good feelings, when we get that first inclination, it's kind of like, oh, like those feelings could be a trigger for opportunity. So yeah, so check it out. Like if you want the recommendation,
send me the link. I love that. So I read an article about the popularity of pickleball on the ships, and it spoke about your focus on integrating more lifestyle elements into the cruise experience. Can you share the ways that this is being done?
For sure, for sure. We are so thrilled to be the only cruise line partner of the Professional Pickleball Association. And with pickleball being the fastest growing sport in the US, we really wanted to ensure that we bring that on board so guests can feel at home and continue their sport even while they're traveling. Each of our 11 ships feature pickleball courts, and our sports director will also host a tournament at sea. And you don't have to worry if you don't have any experience or you're a novice, because we also offer beginning lessons, and you'll be an expert in no time on board. And it's really gained a lot of traction. It's super fun if you've never played before. I mean, it's amazing. So we're really grateful to have that space and have that space on our ships.
That is incredible. So is there a charge for the lesson, or it's free?
The sports director just hosts it. So it's and you can also reserve the court different times. So just as you can be as much or as little as you want.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm assuming groups are very popular.
They are. Now it's like, we've had people ask, can we do a pickleball charter? And we're like, well, there's only 2 courts. So we have to keep that mindful. But yes, very popular among groups. There's plenty of communities that bring that on board, whether it's pickleball or any other type of group possible. If you want to incorporate pickleball into that, we can make that happen.
Wow. Do you play?
I'm really good, but I've never played. So, but I take that back. I have played, and I do think that I'm quite good. But everybody says that about pickleball. So,
well, I have never played. But I do love the jewelry and the shirts.
The outfits, all of it. It's important.
Unfortunately, Carolyn does play, so I'm sorry she can't be here to kind of go over some terminology and things with you. But
the best advice I've ever gotten is that it's precision over power. Precision over power.
Okay. All right. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know when I come on your ship and take a lesson.
Sounds good.
So what are 3 things you wish advisors and their clients knew about your brand?
So you can't have a Holland America Line presentation or conversation without talking about one destination that is super near and dear to our heart, and that is our expertise really in Alaska. That's anchored by several experiences. We offer more itineraries than any other cruise line. But we have also a cruise tour experience. So it's like you do a sailing in Alaska, but then you also go into the interior, into Denali National Park, which is the highest mountain in North America. And we're also the only cruise line that offers experiences in the Yukon as well. So Canada's Yukon is a majestic experience that I like to call it the Patagonia of North America. It's untouched, it's pristine. It is true nature that you get to experience. And we kind of are the experts in Alaska in a lot of ways. We've been going there longer than any cruise line. And we've also had an extensive history so that's number 1 is Alaska. Number 2, we've been sailing for over 151 years. And we are definitely the experts in another category, which is longer voyages. And we like to call them legendary voyages or grand world voyages. So our legendary voyages are anywhere from 25 to 59 days in length. And we really continue to evolve that product, bringing guests to destinations that really immerse them in the culture and also immerse them in the story of the destination. So one of them that I like to highlight is our Coral Triangle, 28 days sailing round trip Singapore. And that will cover 30% of the world's coral reefs. So it's really exciting to kind of just go into those spaces and that unique opportunities there. And everything, so that's number 2 is the legendary voyages and the grand world voyages. But everything we do really is to bring the guests closer to the destinations. So our ships themselves are purpose-built to focus on the destination. All the ships will have wraparound teak decks designed to look out to the destinations. A lot of contemporary brands might be building up to make the ship the destination, but the journey and the destination is still very much at the heart of Holland America ships. So those are my three. So Alaska Legendary Voyages and our beautiful destination focused ships.
Oh, that sounds amazing. And I've also heard that the kids program that Holland is just out of this world.
One thing that's really special about the kids program at Holland America, well, families might not be our focus. We still definitely cater to kids on board. We have Club Hal, and that is our kids club, but it focuses on like the unique experiences that are available in the destination. So in Alaska, we might have the Junior Ranger program, but we also offer a myriad of opportunities from jewelry making, from sports, from video games. The Kids Club is pretty popular. And what's really nice about it is that, like, since Holland America doesn't have 1,000 kids on board at once, we really get to have that one-on-one focus. So we got to get to cater to the interests of the kids on board. So I personally can't wait to take my kiddo on board. So
he hasn't been yet?
Not yet. Soon, hopefully.
Oh, that's wonderful. So what surprises you the most when you sail on one of your ships?
Surprises me as probably, it's time and time again when I go on Holland America, I always feel a sense of home. When you step on board, you receive super attentive service. Everybody's excited that you're there. We've got the spacious staterooms and tons of storage, and I really feel like a sense of calm and peace that comes over me, and I'm kind of always surprised when that happens. And whenever I'm sailing on any other brand for everything, I do kind of miss Holland America and that feeling of, welcoming in, because I read a book recently called Unreasonable Hospitality, and one of the quotes was that the human need to be taken care of never goes away. And I really feel that cruising and the crew, and particularly Holland America, give you that sense of being taken care of. And I think that's what we all kind of crave. And that's something that I really miss and get surprised at Holland America.
Oh, I love that. So they probably feel like family by the time you're done cruising.
Oh, especially on our longer voyages, especially on the Grand World voyages, the crew is actually invited. We hand select them. So when you join a Grand World voyage, it's very much seasoned crew, and the camaraderie that is there is really shared throughout the long journey. And it definitely does feel like a warmth. And I don't know how the crew is so well adjusted. They remember drink orders, they remember names, they remember everything. So it's definitely a family environment.
That's incredible. What would you say? I'm going to throw another question at you. What would you say the average age is for Holland America?
Oh, that's a great question. So I know we get this a lot, and it really kind of depends on two things. So it's really the length of the sailing. So longer the sailing, that's going to be more of your retired folks and people that have time, energy, and resources to be able to go journey for long periods of time. And then the second thing is time of year. So during the summer months in Alaska, we're going to have hundreds of kids on board because that's such a multi-gen destination. And also during the winter holidays, you're going to see a lot of that because school's out. So it really kind of depends in that space. Our core audience is definitely going to be the retired couple and the empty nesters. That's who our core audience is, and that's who we're targeting. We like to make sure that they're taken care of. But we definitely do have a lot of opportunities to cater to multi-gen. So I don't have the exact number in front of me, but I always just say keep in mind two things: time of year and length of sailing. That will kind of dictate the mix of clientele on board.
Makes total sense. And your food, would you consider it foodie? Like if you had a foodie type client, do you think they would enjoy that?
Absolutely. Our cuisine on board is amazing, and I always miss it whenever I'm sailing on any other line. We have a culinary council that oversees every single dish on board, anything from the Lido deck all the way up to the specialty pop-up restaurants. And the dishes I like to highlight and the restaurants I like to highlight are several. So give me a moment here. But Pinnacle Grill is our flagship restaurant. It's on every ship, and it is a nod to the Pacific Northwest, which is where our company is headquartered in Seattle. And it serves delicious Pacific Northwest cuisine. And my favorite thing that it has on board, aside from the salmon and the crab cakes and the king crab, we have a candied bacon on a clothesline that is a dish designed by Master Chef Edinburgh. And it's amazing. It's served candied bacon on a clothesline with lemon. And I know it might sound a little odd, but it's the most delicious thing in the entire world. We also have tamarind, which is Asian Asian fusion. And the Jewels of the Sea soup there is fantastic. It goes on in a canaletto, which is an Italian flair. The cuisine on board is really wonderful, and it's something that we take to heart.
Are those specialty restaurants that you have to reserve in advance?
You can reserve them in advance, and you can also just go to the maitre d' on embarkation, and they'll be able to serve them as well. So,
okay. Is there an extra cost for those?
Those ones that I just mentioned, there is, but we also have our main dining room that serves delicious localized cuisine everywhere we go. We also have a fresh fish program that I'd like to mention too really quickly. And our fresh fish program is really focused on bringing fish from port to table within 48 hours. So we'll have over 80 ports where we'll be able to get the fish from the sea to your plate within 48 hours. And it really focuses on the localized seafood that's available in all the destinations that we visit. So it's really exciting.
That's very cool. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else that you would like to share with us? We love having you on here. We don't want to say goodbye just yet, but if there's anything else that you'd like to share with us, we'd love to.
Yeah, I'll close just with a big serving of gratitude. The energy that you guys show up with every day, it's unique and it's special, and we're just so appreciative of every single person that sells Holland America and sales Holland America. It means the world. It supports everything that we do, and it makes everything in this space better too, I think. So just a lot of gratitude for everything that you guys do. You mean the world to us, and I hope to see you very soon in person.
I know, Tara, it's been so long. Thank you for those very kind words. We appreciate you. We appreciate Whitney Hyde, our BDM for our host agency. She is just amazing, and everything that you do and she does for our agents just means the world to us. So it just makes it so much easier to have such a great relationship and to sell your product.
Oh, thank you so much. You guys are close to our hearts, and we'll continue in that.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to see you again.
Yeah, talk soon.
All righty. Oh, I just love Tara. It's been so long since we've seen her. Well, we have a special guest here in our studio at KHM Travel Group. Sara Rawlings is here next to me, and we are going to talk about pickles around the world. Welcome back to the show, Sara. You have your green on. I love it. Since it is National Pickleball Day, it's only fitting to talk about pickles.
I totally agree.
Educate us, please.
Well, I got some trivia for you.
Okay.
Do you know how many pounds of pickles on average someone in the United States eats on a year?
One person?
Yeah.
No idea.
I was totally shocked when I did the research. 9 pounds.
Of pickles?
I was like, what? 9 pounds? Maybe, I don't know.
I just had deep fried pickles the other night.
Oh, that
They were
sounds
very
really
good.
good.
They were very, very good. Not 9 pounds though.
All right. Well, I got another trivia question for you.
Okay.
Do you know where pickles originated?
I'm going to say, let's say England.
No.
Okay.
If you go back a little bit further to
Okay.
Mesopotamia,
Okay.
that's where it originated, and it was pretty close to what our traditional pickles are,
Okay.
where it's cucumbers and an acidic brine.
Okay.
And it was just to keep them fresh. But from there, the idea of using salt and water to preserve spread throughout the world.
Okay.
So yeah, kimchi in Korea, it's pickle.
Yeah. What else?
Another fun fact. Where do you think sauerkraut originated?
I want to say Germany.
And you would be wrong.
Of course. I'm not pickle trivia.
I thought of Germany, of course.
Okay.
You know, that's traditionally like where you'd think. But actually China.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And I was using that same lacto fermentation method of using the salt to preserve that cabbage.
Okay.
But yeah, through like traveling and whatnot, it spread throughout the land, and that's why we think about sauerkraut being in Germany.
Right. Or in Northeastern Ohio when you eat it with your pierogies.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. But yeah, and like places like Sweden, for example, pickled herring. So it's not like a traditional cucumber pickle, but it's actually
Right.
pickled meat. And the idea of that is, for transportation.
Okay.
So they pickled it to take the fish from the coast inward to provide fish.
Ah.
So
Okay.
all kinds of stuff.
All right.
Have you ever tried fruit pickles?
I can say no, I haven't. And I pretty much eat anything. What is that?
Well, in different places around the world, they preserve their fruit. Again, just like the vegetables. So like in Morocco, for example, preserved lemons are a type of pickle. So they just slice the lemons up and pickle them with the salt, pack them. They're pretty good. I use them on a lot of cooking dishes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and we know what a good cook you are, so.
I love to cook. For those of you that don't know, I love cooking dishes or places that I would want to travel to make sure that I'd be able to eat the food when I'm traveling.
That's a good idea. It's a very good idea.
Yeah, in the Philippines, you have pickled green papaya.
Okay.
So they just like pick it when it's like not even ripe, shred it up, and add some extra spices into it. It's almost like a relish. It's really, really good.
Oh, that probably would be good.
And of course, in Italy, you have giardiniera, but they also have a fruit version of that too.
Okay.
And I know I'm going to butcher this, so please don't kill me, internet. It's called mortarda de fruta. So it's candied fruit and a mustard syrup that is pickled with a little bit of vinegar or wine. I know, it just sounds so weird and different,
Right.
but kind of good too. But yeah, and of course, I just went to Japan,
Yes.
so I loved all the different pickles there, and almost every single meal you had at least one little type of pickle, if not several.
Wow.
And that helps to aid in digestion, but also cleanse your palate as well.
Okay.
So and a lot of times you have like lots of different little plates, and so you want to like eat a pickle, cleanse your palate to go on to the next dish.
That's very interesting. I never knew that.
I'm trying to hear what else. But yeah, Turkey has pickles. Like almost anywhere in the world you go, there's a different type of pickle that you can have and try.
You've done a lot of research. I'm very impressed.
I even researched some cocktails.
Oh, no. What have you brought for us today, Sarah?
So I was trying to make a Thomas Collins,
Okay.
which is similar to a Tom Collins, but instead of gin, it uses aquavit. But I can't find aquavit in the state of Ohio, so I'm using gin. So I'm gonna pass this on over to you.
Oh, it's so pretty.
But it's
Nobody
2
see
ounces of gin
Okay.
or aquavit if you have it. 3/4 ounces of fresh lime juice.
Okay.
1 teaspoon of simple syrup. 2 teaspoons of good quality pickle brine. I'm not talking about the neon stuff. I'm talking about like fancy pickles, if you know what I mean.
Fancy pickles.
Soda water and fresh dill.
Okay.
And just pour it over some ice, and there you go.
Well, I think it's very beautiful. And look at the little pickle. It looks like a little lime, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but I smell it. I smell it.
All right.
All right.
Well, here.
Cheers, my friend.
Or spears.
Spears. Spears. Oh, that's good. And she snorted. All right. Oh.
Mhm.
It's not bad.
Surprising, isn't it?
Right. It's kind of refreshing. Oh, let me take one more step.
Yeah, when Carolyn's like, yeah, do a cocktail with pickle juice, Sarah. I'm like, ew. I don't know if I like that, but as soon as I like found this, I was like, that sounds good.
It really is. Surprisingly, it
Right?
really is.
So one challenge that, I like to put out there is, try different pickles out there. If you go to a supermarket and you're like, there's pickled peaches, what the heck do those try or taste like? Try it out, experiment. You might find a new cocktail you like to make with it. Who knows?
Pickles have become the rage. Have you noticed that? Like I've seen different dishes with pickles or drinks like pickle martinis and
Yeah.
different things like that. So, maybe going to like a Trader Joe's or a World Market or something,
Yeah.
that's probably where you'd find like the more exotic
Yes.
pickled things. Do you pickle like food?
I used to when I was young.
Okay.
My family was really into doing canning. So yeah, we used to make pickles all the time. It was
Okay.
so much fun.
Yeah, that's my grandma used to do a lot of canning and pickling. So yeah, but this is amazing. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks for
Hey,
having me.
we learned some new things today. We talked to Holland America about pickleball and got to see Tara again. It was so great to see Tara again. It's been a long time. So we want to say thank you to all of our sponsors for their continued support of KHM Today. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Join us next week as we sit back and relax with David Pritchard.
Oh my
David
gosh, I
from-
love David.
Yes,
He
from
is the best.
ALGV, and it is National Relaxation Day.
Oh.
Maybe we should do it in the massage chairs.
Yes.
We'll just fly Carolyn in, and she can do it in the massage chairs in our office, along with our agents and Wendy Payne, Brian Miller, and Stephanie to discuss travel blogging as well. So thank you very much for joining us. Have a wonderful, happy pickleball day. Have a pickle drink if you wish, and we will see you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.